What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Trick 10s. This is part 2 of TopDrops' new bass boat. This is a 2022 NITRO C-17. This thing is slick looking. It hasn't even been in the water. I don't even think the motor's ever been started up, but obviously in part 1, we took a lot of cool electronics off of this boat, and this is the new rig it's gonna be going on. First thing I'm going to do is start by removing this old trolling motor. I'm going to give you a quick once over of the entire boat. Alright, so you can see how this thing is set up. The batteries were back here. This is right by the motor, center back compartment. It had a big piece of starboard that covered all of this. The battery set on. So if you want to get to your bilge pump, you got to do some work in this boat. It's not going to be very easy. But you got the fill pump and a bilge pump down here and a recirculate pump. And the crazy thing is, up underneath all of that, there's a transducer down there. See that little Lowrance 2D transducer? It's just glued to the bottom of the hull. I was wondering where the transducer was at because it's not on the back of the boat. And it's right there, glued to the bottom of the hull. Over here, he's got a 2-bank battery charger. We're gonna be removing that. And we're gonna put in a 3-bank back here because we removed the deep cell lead battery that was in here. We've got 2 tracker lithiums that are going to go in here, and we're going to leave this battery in the side over here. That's his cranking battery. We're not going to mess with that, but we're going to hook that one up and the 2 lithiums to the 3-bank battery charger that we're going to replace this one with. One thing about this boat that I found out, it's really kind of stupid, but they put these transom tie-down eyes right here in a terrible spot because you can't put talons on here with these transom tie-down attachments right here unless you pre-order it from Bass Pro Shop. I guess that's how they get you. You pre-order it and they move this over before they install it on your boat and leave room for the talon arm on either side. So since he didn't do that ahead of time, he has 2 8-foot talons. We're gonna have to remove these, and it's gonna have to go off to the fiberglass shop, and those holes are gonna have to get patched up and repainted. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to install 2 batteries inside of this compartment. It's gonna hook up for the live scope, hand optics, and the front graph. All right guys, so this is a custom box that I built right here. It's pretty simple. Basically, it's gonna go inside of this large hatch over here to hold 2 batteries, and he's got the live scope, he's got this network hub right here. I gotta put this black box in here. It's a lot of stuff going into this little area. There's really not very many places to mount it, especially since it's a fiberglass boat. So I built this little box. What I'm gonna do with it, I'm gonna set these batteries side by side. Then I'm gonna mount this black box with the Panoptics right here on the outside of it. Then I got this other bracket I just bent right here, which I'm gonna bolt that like that. I'll attach this into the side. So in theory, it should just like that. We'll get this installed and show you what it looks like. Alright guys, so TopDrops boat is completed. Man, this is one sweet rig, I will say that. Very nice. I love the motor. 2022 Z-17. I just love the color of this thing. I mean, it's so pretty. All right, so I'll give you a rundown of what I did. We were gonna take this out and mount his 9-inch unit in here, but he called me and said that he actually ordered another 9-inch unit. He's gonna put them side by side. So he's gonna do that later. I did do the whole back. Got 2 lithiums in there now. Got a battery tender up on that side. And he's got a cranking battery over here on this side. This boat is still really cool. I really like this compartment. The way they got this thing set up, movable bin. Makes it easy to get in there and access stuff. That's the same on either side. And then obviously, this middle compartment is your live well. It's got a big live well, a divider, removable divider in it. Hop in the boat. Thing is really cool though. The dash panel is sick. It's really clean. It's got some aggressive lines to it. I really like this new style. The 2022 is a little different. It's got hydraulic steering on this thing. The steering wheel, I think, is sick too. So he's got a step up here. So I guess this is just a big cooler. That's really a good sized cooler. I mean, you probably put 3 or 4 bags of ice in there. This is the only thing I'm not too sold on. You lose your storage compartment in the center because they moved the gas tank there. I'm not sure if they did that last year or not, but this is the first time I've seen it. And I kind of liked having that area there. That's where I kept all my stuff, you know. But you do have storage underneath of these seats. Same thing on this side. It's pretty deep. It's just nice to have it right here because you don't have to get up to get into your stuff. It does have a cup holder and a little side compartment over here for your storage, but you know, you put something in there, it might blow out of there, or you hit some wake, it might be fall out of the boat or something. All right, so this front deck. The front deck is really sick. It's big. I do like the way they set this up right here now. I wish it had a center rod locker like a Neptune. That would really set it off. It does have some rod locker storage in there, but it's not what you would think. You can fit some rods up in there, and then it's got the holes up here. Then it's got the holes in the back for the butts of the rods. It's a big storage area though, for sure. I personally, I would like it if it didn't have those holes in there and just wide open space the whole way through, or like in some of the trackers, they have hooks on the sides right here, little J hooks that come out. You can set your rods up here and have the poles on either side and have the center open. But it's pretty cool. Then got his butt seat in there. Got a little bit of water in there. Got rain the other day. But this is a big storage compartment. This could also be a big rod locker over here, I guess. I guess all 3 of these front compartments could be rod lockers. This one, on this side, in front of this console, this is where I did bulk of my work. Now this graph mount, we're gonna reuse that. We're gonna put that up front on that black pad. I'm gonna show you that in just a second. But I'm gonna let him pick where he wants to put that when he comes to pick it up, based off of you know, where he's gonna be standing and fishing and all that good stuff. But if you see inside of here, I installed this 3-bank Minn Kota Precision battery tender, and right next to that is a custom tray I built. pretty cool. There's really nowhere in here to attach anything. You can't attach this to the floor. This is the bottom of the boat, and that's the side of the hull. So really, the only thing you can attach it to is right here. This back section of it is thick. It's got wood or something in there. So that's where all my attachments are at. This pan up here screws directly into that. These batteries are just sitting in there. 2 batteries. Then on the outside edge of that, you've got your black box for the pan optics. And then I made another bracket, which is screwed in right here. It's like an L bracket. And that holds his network connector for the network hub. Then I ran all of these wires all the way up front and up into the bow of the boat. It's definitely sweet though. All right, so up here, I installed this GPS puck over here. This front piece here is pretty cool because it's completely removable with screws, and you don't have to put any holes in here to run your transducer cable wires or power or whatever. There's a slit in this side right here you can come out of. That's where I put this. I wanted to put this up on top of this black mat right here. This is like a 3/8 inch thick UHMW, but it would have been too close to the trolling motor. It's supposed to be at least 2 feet away, so that's about as far away as I could put it without it looking really weird. But that's easy to remove too if he wants to change that. But we put this trolling motor on here, obviously, the Ultrex. A lot more suited for what he's doing than that little 55-pound thrust motor that was on here. And it's cool too because it has the same thing over here. This wire, it looks like it's pinched, but you can actually move it. It's loose. It's got a slot where it can go in and out up here, and you just put this back on with it in there. It's got an opening to allow for it to sit in there. Same thing up under here. In the face of it, they leave an opening for your cables. And it's not tight. You got plenty of room. But yeah, I thought that was pretty sick because that allows you to put new stuff in pretty easily. And you just take this panel out and you can access everything in there. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a pain in the you-know-what trying to run all those wires and make them look nice and neat up inside of that hatch because I'm a pretty big guy and that hatch is not big. I mean, it's pretty big when you're talking about putting tackle in it. When you're talking about putting a man that's 6'6", 210 pounds, yeah, it wasn't fun. But we got the job done. This thing is gonna see a lot of time on the water. And I'm gonna have to go out on it at least once. Definitely one sweet rig though. I don't know how much it cost them, but I'm sure it won't cheap. All right, I gotta get back to work.